everything a YouTuber dreams of. Our YouTube team, all the high-end equipment, big profiles in YouTube believed in me, and I had signed away 50% of all my profits for the next 5 years in the hopes of making it big on YouTube. I knew I was going to make it. All my dreams were about to come true, and everything is going to be exactly like how I thought it would be. And then everything went to shit. All my dreams were crushed, shattered. I felt like a failure, and I failed publicly, miserably from making it on YouTube. And this is my story. So I don't know if you remember, but back in 2021, I got selected as the founding member of this course called as How to YouTube by this big content creator and then my biggest inspiration, Ankur Warikoo. And through that course, all the cohort members, almost 30 of them, had the opportunity to audition for something called as the JC, which is basically a sister company of this bigger network of YouTube channels called as Josh Talks.
Josh Talks YouTube channels, Josh Talks.
You must have seen them on the internet. So folks at JCN had basically promised us with content strategy, help with production and monetization help. And this was their commitment. And like all aspiring YouTubers, I wanted to make it big very quickly. I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to go through the process. I was so desperate to get it done, to be on the top. And I was like, hell nah, I'm not leaving this opportunity. And I jumped in and sent in my pitch. A warm hello and greetings to each and every jury member of the Josh Creator Network. I hope you are doing fabulous. Without any delay, I will take you straight into the video. This video is divided into 3 parts. I am Rossi Turado, 21 years old, born and brought up in Goa. I am a full-time content creator and I also freelance as a writer to pay my bills. I am innately very adventurous, full of energy and ready to take on any challenge. If given an opportunity, I will make sure to put 1000% and make you proud of investing in my journey. This journey is going to be long and full of ups and downs, but I will always make sure to find a way and make it work. So who's interested to invest in my journey and in fact be an integral part in my success? Once the folks at JCN had gone through a pre-recorded link, they shortlisted a few cohort members for something called as the Demo Day. So Demo Day was basically where some well-known content creators and company stakeholders would take our interview of sorts. If we deserve a space for them to invest in our YouTube channel and stuff. After a couple of back and forth emails with the JCN team, the results were out. And surprise, luckily at that time, I was one of the 4 members they had selected to invest in, to provide production help and help us become the next big thing. Then a few weeks later, a very detailed contract was sent our way. The contract had a lot of detail, one major being that in exchange of a team, equipment and monetization help in the form of brand sponsorship, I was asked to sign away 50% of all my profits for the next 5 years. I ran the contract to a lot of my entrepreneur friends because I had never signed a contract, but these people had, and I also asked my family for advice. I overthought over the littlest detail of everything that was written. I had a printed copy and I was highlighting things and I was doing everything to understand that they were not trying to scam me or something like that. My friends helped me weigh in the pros and cons, and my family was completely against it. They said, no, don't sign away anything, and I was like torn between what to do. Should I sign away or should I listen to my family? I should have listened to my family. But they don't know I signed the contract anyways, because I remember this one quote that said, don't wait for permission to achieve your dreams. Maybe you should listen to your family. I dove head in and I signed away 50% of all my profits from the YouTube channel and any business that JCN would help me in exchange of team, equipment and monetization help. A few months later, all the pieces of the puzzle started coming together. I was introduced to the team, the equipment started coming in, and the team was optimizing my channels, YouTube thumbnails, and everything they could do to rebrand my channel and make it ready when we start posting the YouTube video. Things started off really well. My content strategists and we used to sit down every once or twice a week and come up with ideas that I can execute with the lowest resources and lowest budget. I remember my YouTube manager was trying his best best to remove all the demonetized video music I had used. He was trying to optimize everything in the description, and commendable job was done by my thumbnail designer. I literally love all the thumbnails that are there on my channel right now, which were all done by him, and my thumbnails were getting so many impressions that it literally felt like my YouTube video would go viral. And my video editor, well, she tried really hard. Props to her. I also had a business manager who would give me updates on the numbers I had to achieve per week, per month. And the person who had handled content at Josh Talks himself would look over my channel and see the packaging, the thumbnail, titles and everything. So everything felt like, I was like this big celebrity, and all these people were invested in making my dreams come true. Somewhere I felt like, did I deserve it? Was it going to be so easy? I give my videos and everything goes up. And somewhere I started to question it, but at the same time, I was on cloud 9. At this point, things started to go downhill, and it all started with the first nail in the coffin, which was a heated argument between me and the financial head, I guess, at JCM regarding equipment. So some of the equipment that I was promised, some models and everything, were not exactly sent to me, and I was like, hey, I have to pay for this equipment once I start making money, but this is not the type of equipment that I'm promised in the papers, right? So I just asked. I was like, I think I have the right to ask, because at the end of the day, I'm promised that money and I'll be paying that money back, right? After that call, I did not really feel the vibe. I think something went off there, but I was like, things like this are going to happen, we are not going to be on the same page about a lot of things, but at the end of the day, we are all trying to make this work. They've invested so much money, time and effort in my dreams. So I was like, let's just see where this goes, and I was like ready to make amends and move forward and work on bettering my content and the video. The second nail in the coffin came as the incompatibility of the team. They were really nice as a person, and till now I really am grateful that they invested so much of time and efforts, and sometimes it would get so stressful, but they were ready to put up with me. They are such talented people, so disciplined, but I just felt like they were not aligned with my vision of the long-term goal, and the edits, the personality I had was not coming out. We started having issues about being on the same page about the release dates, and sometimes content would go up on my own channel without my approval, which was not at all okay for me. So things started to get a bit sour on that end too, but I don't think that was the reason they threw me out though, because I truly believe that third reason is why things started to go downhill. And the third nail in the coffin was 21-year-old me, Rossi. So there are a couple of even further things why I feel I was one of the biggest reason why things started to go downhill. Is number one being 21-year-old Rossi had no clue or had the money to spend on ideas. Even if I had to put petrol for that money, yes, I was doing content writing, freelancing, but that was also very stressful and unstable, and it just started to get to me to even execute a video idea. I needed at least some cash, right? Number two is I had no clue on how to being in a YouTube team where people are working to get your content out. I had no clue how to get them on the same page, or to tell them my vision in terms of what the type of video edits I needed, or the type of thumbnail or the title I'd like. So I felt like anything that would go out would not be authentically me. The third reason was that I was handling a camera for the very first time. I had no clue how to use a camera, tell a story, or how to record myself in particular angles, keep the camera focused, or record myself aesthetically. And it started to get tedious to record a video because I had no clue, and I tried to learn it, but you can't just pick a camera and learn it in 1 week or a month or two. You need to really put in all the right things at the right time in right degree. And lastly, why I feel like I was the reason everything started to go downhill. Although I feel like I'm born with camera confidence, whenever you whip out a camera, I just am myself just like this. I was constantly being told by the team to look more presentable or wear fancy clothes or have a glow up, which at that time was not authentically me. I was not taking care of myself. I didn't care how I looked on camera, or like it just didn't feel like a priority at that time. Overall, I feel like I, or 21-year-old Rossi, was one of the biggest reasons why things started to go downhill, because I was not able to deliver videos on time. I didn't have the resources. Number two was that everything started to feel overwhelming. I didn't understand how to use the camera, and I just felt like I didn't use the opportunity that had come my way so easily 100%, or I didn't put in 100%. The final nail in the coffin came as a call first and then email, and it was exactly a year ago, 20th September 2022. The folks at Josh had emailed me saying that they had decided to terminate the contract, and I had to return all the equipment and start the termination process of handing things back to them in terms of the content or anything that I had access to. At first, it came as a huge blow. I just could not believe my eyes. I was bawling my eyes out reading that email, and I was calling my friends who were also a part of JCN, asking them. So they had decided to drop 2 creators out of the 4 creators, and I just felt such a big failure, and I could not take it anymore. I was like, I literally had everything and I didn't use it to my full potential, and this is it. Like, that's it. I really don't think there is anything more left for me to offer in terms of if I can convince them. I tried to call them. I was literally crying on call with one of the core team members of JC, and I was telling, please keep me in. I was literally begging him, please keep me in. Please, help me out. I need y'all. I was crying. I was literally begging them to keep me in. But he told me that they would get back, but things didn't work out. It's been a whole fat year since the whole JCN thing went to shit, but I truly feel so free, and I'm saying this in the most positive way possible. I'm very grateful to the entire Josh team for investing in my dreams in whichever way possible they could. But I am free because I learned so many lessons. Number 1 being, don't be in a hurry. You will get what you deserve. Number 2, don't just sit there and wait for the whole world to make your dreams come true. Get your ass up and get working. Lastly, execute. Execute on your dreams, execute on your ideas, do whatever you can do to make the whole freaking universe come in your way.